The following video is going to be another review of my GoFast camper. First of all, I've used this camper a few times now. It's been pretty amazing. The ladder here is pretty sweet, easy to set up, super nice. Now, these are the pockets. These are a new thing on the GoFast camper, and I guess I'm kind of, checking out for the first time as well, because I haven't really used these really all that much, except for just throwing my phone in there and then maybe throwing my hat in on the side, which is a pretty easy thing to do. They're pretty decently sized. I'd say about like a foot deep. Now, how this thing kind of works, let me kind of show you how this tightens up. Just makes it a little bit snappier right here. So makes it a little bit easier to open up, but when it's all nice and loose like this, it's kind of floppy. It's not very tight. Not really sure why GoFast did this with the tightening of it, because it doesn't seem to be able to seal anything off, but that's kind of the design of it. And then, like I said, I always leave these open, especially when I close the camper. I leave them closed when I'm like going to sleep and it's nighttime or something like that to warm up a little bit. But I leave them open when I close the camper, because if you don't, the whole camper kind of inflates like a balloon when you're trying to close it, and it makes it way harder to close. When these are closed, it makes it night and day easier. Another thing I've noticed with the GoFast camper is on the outside, when you have these little zippers here on the furthest outside pane, usually zipping them down all the way makes it a little bit harder to kind of close. I usually like to leave these up about 8 to 12 inches. Just makes it a little bit easier to close. And actually, I learned that tip from the guys over at GoFast Camper when they told me what to do. One thing too that I learned after using the GoFast Camper a little bit, this is like a very smooth kind of plasticky surface, and it's slanted, right? So I had read that when you're here at night and it's cold outside, the heat that builds up inside the GoFast camper creates condensation, and it slides down the bottom. That is actually a super real problem that the GoFast camper has that has been kind of difficult to deal with. You have to definitely throw a little towel down by your feet for it to catch the condensation, so the water doesn't like run down towards your feet, because it'll genuinely make the sleeping bag wet. Or you just leave one of these open and deal with the cold. But I'm thinking about slapping on something that's maybe some sort of like carpet style, or not really too sure what. But GoFast camper, if you're watching this, please fix this, or at least create a solution for people that use your campers a lot. Another thing I've really liked about the GoFast camper is this piece right here. It is super sturdy. All these, when they pop on up on the siding, they can actually hold quite a bit of weight. Something I like to do is I like to throw a speaker up there. If you're taking a nap, you can just throw your phone, your keys there. It's like kind of a little table for you to throw some stuff on. And I haven't actually used it like this, but if you're standing inside here with all the camper stuff up, it would be pretty easy to almost use this as a table on the outside, so long as you're outside of the elements. But it takes quite a bit of pressure to kind of push it down, and it sticks up pretty easily. So any sort of like plates or cutting boards could easily be placed on top of these in the cabana style. It'd be pretty easy. Another issue I've had with the GoFast camper so far, just using it the first month or so, is this latch. This latch and this latch to close the camper. They seem to just kind of get stuck a little bit, and they seem to have a little bit difficulty opening and closing. I don't question the quality, because it feels very sturdy when I latch it closed. It doesn't feel like anything's getting loose. It just seems incredibly stiff, like it needs to be lubricated or something. So each of these campers on the windows come with this little carabiner, so that you're able to open and close the camper as you will. And then just so you can kind of take a little look at all this, if you unhitch it, unlatch it, you can have it where this is all zipped closed, this portion, and then this orange portion is zipped in. So there's a little loop right here on the outside, and then there's a loop in the middle, but then there's also a loop on the far outside. So you can choose which of these loops you want to use to close which portion. So you can still have the meshing closed, obviously, but then have this portion opened up. I also wanted to mention the mattress real quick about the GoFast camper. This is only something I've been told by GoFast camper, that it was an update. to the previous model of mattress, but it's incredibly comfortable. I'm not a very picky sleeper when it comes to mattresses, but I really kind of prefer a firmer mattress with a lot of support. This literally feels more comfortable than my bed at home. So for anyone that's wondering what the mattress feels like, unless you're a prima donna or you're super picky about how your mattress feels, this will be just as comfortable as anything you've ever slept on. I really, really, really like how it feels, and I've heard it was a big improvement from the previous one, but I have read people saying that they'll get, you know, mattress covers, mattress supporters on top of what they normally do, and they keep them inside the GoFast camper. I don't think that would ever be necessary for what I have. Of course, everything on the camper seems to be pretty easy to use. The quality has been super impressive. I've really liked it from top to bottom. Haven't really had any issues with the camper at all. And these little boxes I got on Amazon are pretty sweet for throwing my pillows in. And then the other one is gonna be for just a couple of miscellaneous items, some water bottles, my skydiving helmet, a couple of towels. GoFast camper also comes with this little tail light. It's recommended that it's hooked up, but they do not actually hook up the taillights for you guys. It has this little like wire attachment. You can either do it yourself or have a mechanic do it for you. I really just haven't gotten around to it. And then lastly, there's just a couple of updates I've done on the camper itself and on my truck. So I went to Protective Film Solutions in Santa Ana. Super recommend their work. I've gotten it done with a couple of my cars before, and it's really awesome. So I had them clear bra everything from this portion all the way up, as well as the side mirrors. And then I had them debadge everything on the Tacoma side and then fully ceramic coat the whole car, as well as have them install my American flag decals on the back. And another thing I had them do, just because I don't like a bunch of logos on the car, is I had them take off the GFC sticker on the side, which really didn't look that bad. I just kind of like the clean look personally. And then I had them remove the GoFast camper lettering on the back of the camper. Another thing I really like about the camper is just how easy it is to open and close these side compartments. It's really just so convenient just to pull it, whip it open. And I like how it kind of has a flimsy feel to it, but it's like very sturdy at the same time. Can't really explain it, but it's just so nice how it opens and closes, and then how easily it just latches, just like that, it's closed. And then here, I've never had any issues with them, even with dirt shoved inside the seams. It seems to open and close so seamlessly. Another thing I've noticed with the GoFast camper, especially for a Toyota Tacoma, can't really speak on any other type of car that it goes on, but you're definitely not going to have any sort of way to clean your back window over here, as well as the noise from the wind that kind of scoops on in here and kind of jumbles around back here. If you're sitting in the back of the car, you definitely hear a little bit of increased road noise just from like the wind kind of coming in back here. So just be aware of that when you're inside the cabin. It's going to be a little bit louder than you're used to. Is fuel economy with the GoFast camper. So this is a 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road, completely stock. Nothing has been changed on it. It's done all of its maintenance on time, everything. And I've put 31,800 miles, almost 32,000 miles on it since March, and it is currently January. So driven it a lot. The average fuel economy I got on the car, and I did a lot of highway driving and a lot of city driving too, was, I believe, 21 about miles to the gallon, maybe closer to like 20 and a half was my average fuel economy. And then with the GoFast camper, I am getting 17.6 miles to the gallon. So, and then one last thing I want to mention about the camper is I've noticed just since I've had it with the weight added, and maybe it also has to do with just having some junk back here as well, but I feel like the handling's just a little funky on the truck. Definitely I would encourage heavier leaf springs, and then maybe the shocks are just kind of going bad just because I do have about 30,000 miles on the truck on the original shocks. So once I get that done, I'll make an update video. But now I have used the GoFast camper a few times, driving up to Arizona, using it there for a few days. And then honestly, between just naps and utilizing it when I go to the beach, changing it when I go surfing or boogie boarding, swimming, all that. So far, everything's been pretty awesome. I really enjoy the truck and I really enjoy the camper. And that really pretty much just concludes my video of the GoFast camper, kind of a follow-up of when I first got it installed and what I first thought about it and kind of where I'm at now. Overall, it's been a pretty awesome camper. And again, it really just kind of fits my needs of what I want in a camper. Something that's gonna open and close super quick. Just as the name suggests, GoFast camper is the easiest thing to open and close and set up, deal with, super high quality components. And as always, make sure you guys comment what you guys want to see, what you guys like me to cover. And if you guys have any questions about the truck or anything else, just leave a comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Appreciate it. Thanks. I bought a couple of these little chairs on Amazon. I believe they were like 30 bucks a pop and they fold up like this. They come with these little bags. But it's pretty nice, especially with the GoFast camper, when you just want to kind of sit in the bed of the truck and, you know, sit outside of the elements. You have your little cover right here and you can really just kind of do anything you want out here. It's pretty cozy, pretty comfortable.